If you want to make websites like this using Claude Code, then stick around because this is the video for you. Let's get straight to it. First things first, there's a couple of tools that we're going to need. First, you're going to need a pro subscription for Claude Code. Well worth it. The next tool that we're going to need is VS Code. This is where we're going to manage all the files and folders related to our project. Basically just a fancy text editor. The next thing you'll need is a free account on GitHub. This is where we're going to host our code and where our deployment trigger is going to look for our code updates so that it can deploy our site live for the rest of the world. And that deployment tool is called Vercel. Vercel is free and it's going to look at GitHub for our code, package that code up, deploy it out for the world to see on a URL. Okay, once you've got VS Code downloaded, go ahead and open it up and we are going to open a new folder. The way VS Code works is you create folders for projects to live in and Claude Code is going to run from within those folders. I like to keep my project inside of a folder called code. These are all my code projects. I'm just going to create a new folder, call them photo portfolio, and then we can open that inside of VS Code. And we can close this on the right hand side and close our welcome tab here. And now we're inside of this photo portfolio project and it is empty. From here, I like to open up my terminal. We can see I'm in the home directory right here. And I would like to change to my photo portfolio. So we can CD space and then drag our photo portfolio into our terminal and then hit enter. Great. Now we're inside that photo portfolio. Go ahead and type Claude. Now we are running Claude. That's the setup right there. And from here, we can direct Claude to build whatever we want, whether that's a web app, a website, presentation, client proposal, you name it. Anything that we can run in the browser, this is where we're going to build it. This is where it gets exciting. One of the key tips here is the better the prompt you give, the better the output you're going to get. You're going to see with this prompt that we give it here, the output is going to be outstanding. And I promise you, it's because the prompt that we're going to give it. Check it out.
Build a portfolio website for a photographer. For the tech stack, use the...
Okay, now that we've got our prompt for Claude, some of the things that we've done here is specified the tech stack, specified the sections of the website that we want to see, specified some animations, some colors, typography styles. So this is what's really going to set our prompt apart from some of the prompts you see, which could be one sentence, build me a landing page, or build me a portfolio page for a photographer. So let's go ahead and hit enter, see what Claude has to ask us about our prompt. Okay, Claude's going to ask us a couple questions in order to nail down the design direction. That's another key distinction that I highly recommend you do, which is ask Claude at the very end of your prompt to ask you questions in order to narrow down whatever it is you're going for. That way the final result is going to be much closer to what you're envisioning in your mind. Okay, this is a good question. Let's go with commercial and brand. What typography direction feels right? Clean sans, elegant serif. Okay, I didn't quite get what I said before, but hopefully it is going to get a better idea of what I want there. What should the nav look like? Okay, let's go with that. Pivot Studio. Cool. Now we're going to submit that. And just to note, this does take a little bit of time. This was a very specific prompt. I do imagine this will probably take maybe even 10 minutes and close to 50 or 60,000 tokens. So from here, go ahead and grab a cup of tea, grab some coffee, let Claude do its thing, and we'll come back here in a minute when we have gotten some of the results. Okay, Claude is going to continue to ask for approval. I usually just tap 2 on my keyboard to indicate yes, you can not ask me again in order to install the packages from NPM for whatever this project calls for. Okay, great. Claude has finished up. We can have a summary of what we built here. Pivot Studio live on localhost 3737. Let's go ahead and take a look at what that looks like. This is always my favorite part. All right, we can already see that this has an amazing hero section. I'm loving the big bold typography here. Awesome background image. Love the way that came together. This is unbelievable. Love when you give a good prompt and it really comes through. Okay, we can see that the nav isn't exactly sticking out the way that we might like it to. That's totally fine. We can continue to refine and we can continue to work with this, but this as a starting point is so much better than so much of the stuff you're seeing out there. So let's go ahead and give it a scroll and just see how everything looks. On scroll, wow, that's great. Okay, we have these beautiful hover states. Book now looks great. Portfolio, this masonry grid looks outstanding. Loving the off center and the off kilter masonry grid. This looks really good. I used to have those shoes. Okay, we got a link to view the portfolio. This is great. I love these on hover sections that talk about what we do, what we can, our services. Look at this marquee that just slides across the screen. This is outstanding. When we hover on it, we get these really slick, really clean hover states that give a little bit more detail about the project. This is amazing. And then we have this amazing contact form at the bottom and then a footer. This is unbelievable as a first step in building a website. And think about the prompt that we gave Claude to get here compared to some of the stuff you're seeing online. This is night and day better than 99% of the stuff that you're going to see. I just want you to know the quality of the prompt that you give Claude is going to dramatically increase the quality of what you get. And this is just an example of some of the stuff that we put together at my studio, which is called Pivot Studio, my AI and web design and web development agency. And if you're interested in building stuff like this yourself, I'd love to have you join my school community. It's for AI creatives and people that love using AI as a tool to accelerate their workflow. I hope you enjoyed the video.